I'm Matt Bouchard with REIT.com here in Boca Raton, Florida for REITWise 2014. Joining me for this CEO Spotlight is Justin Hutchens, President and CEO of National Health Investors. Justin, thanks so much for joining us today.
You bet, Matt.
Now, I went on before this interview, visited your company's website, and the first message that pops up I found interesting. It says, the company's not the biggest and you don't want to be. Can you talk a little bit about that and what's the meaning behind that?
The market that we're focused on is senior housing primarily, and we're focused on regional operators that have been part of a marketplace that has grown dramatically over the past 5 years. We have peers that have grown very dramatically and quite frankly become very big. And what we're trying to do is convey a message to the operators that when you're dealing with NHI, you're dealing with a company that is not focused on becoming big. We're focused on creating a valuable experience for our customer and also creating value for our shareholders. We have no ego about being big. We just want to do smart investments that make sense for all parties involved and ultimately create value at the end of the day.
And as you look at the healthcare real estate space, what are some of the areas where you're seeing the biggest opportunity, and sort of on the flip side, maybe any areas that may pose more of a pitfall?
Well, there's certainly been a lot of movement in private pay senior housing, assisted living, independent living. It's been a very stable asset class, and therefore it's attracted a lot of competition. So I'd say the opportunity that we're most excited about is private pay, assisted living, independent living, and senior living campuses, but everyone else is most excited about that as well. So there's been about a half a dozen very legitimate competitors that have entered this space since 2009 when I showed up at NHI. We are still finding our opportunities with our existing customers. I'm very excited about that. We've, since 2009, we've had in our top 10 customers, 5 of those were existing customers that we did repeat business. 5 were new customers, all of which we've also had repeat business with them. And so we have a stable of a core group of customers that we'll grow with, and of course we're always entertaining new relationships as well.
And lastly, your career has been spent in the healthcare space, but I found it interesting that it's not just at the management level. You started in care, you were a care provider, and all the way to CEO. How has that broad experience helped you in your role as CEO of NHI?
I did start as a caregiver when I was in college. In fact, changed my major to human services because I'm very interested in the practice of caring for people and have made a career of that. And throughout time, advanced my career into regional and national positions. I held a national position as a chief operating officer of a privately held assisted living company and also a chief operating officer of a publicly held assisted living company as well. That led to the opportunity at NHI. And I remember when I joined NHI, I was at an investor dinner, and one of the investors said, what makes you think, coming from an operating background, you can actually survive in a deal environment? And I gave a very detailed, confident answer. Meanwhile, thinking to myself, I have no idea. The good news is the background is actually translated pretty well to being successful because I've been in the shoes of our customers. I know exactly what we're buying because I've been on the operating side of the business, both in skilled nursing and assisted living and independent living as well. So I've been in the shoes of the customer. I know the product very well, and I brought from the operating background a network that we could also utilize to grow the company.
Justin, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.